Well, crap. Bosa Donuts is closed, and it is definitely Bosa Donuts. There is a little sign there that says Bosa Donuts. They're closed. I don't know what to think of that because I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was later in the day when I went there last week, but they're most definitely closed now. So this is pretty much a direct continuation of the last video. It's 5:25 p.m. Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022. I'm already in the building, so I figure I'll take the scenic route out the front, and hopefully they don't get bent for me running video through here. That looks like the coffee place. The sign, they had the coffee sign on the street. They appear to be open. Not quite what I'm looking for, but good to know they exist. No, here's another spot I never noticed before. Mole. And it appears they are also closed. Oh, now this is a neat mural. I don't think I've ever walked through this building before. I like the giant mural map, City of Phoenix. That is really, really cool. Wow. You know, if I had a larger house, I could totally see me doing something like this with a wall of my house, and I'm loving all the detail here. That's 52nd Street, and wait, no, it's not. I'm like, wait, where is that? I'm not entirely sure what intersection that is, and I should know right off the top of my head. Oh, I see what's going on. Those, or do I? Those don't line up right. That's what's messing with my head. They made it look like it lines up, but it doesn't. Wow, that was an interesting bit of a mindfuck there. All right, that was an interesting distraction. All right, so let's see. I'm back on Adams Street. Oh, well, I really, really wanted to pop into Bosa Donuts and get a couple of their sandwiches, either on bagels or croissants, since I actually have the time for it. Paradise Hawaiian Barbecue, they're closed. Bistro closed. Yeah, so many of the places in downtown Phoenix, like they're open for lunch and then they're closed, which kind of lame, if you ask me. And I really miss that place being Baja Fresh. I really like their food. Well, I know there's a Taco Bell cantina to the south, but I don't recall exactly where it is off the top of my head. And I could always get food at Fry's, but yeah, with my EBT card missing, that's a lot less enticing than it has been. So I think I'm just going to walk on up to the Chase Tower and see when I can catch the next bus out to Amazon. I need to charge my iPhone. I can actually do that on the Rapid bus. It's kind of neat. You can see the Cornish Pasty Company also on this side. It looks like they're above, like literally above Michael's Jewelers. It looks like Michael's Jewelers is still there. That's interesting. And then there's another spot right there. I believe that vacant spot used to be a pizza place, which I ate at like maybe once or twice back when I lived downtown, which, as I said, was well over a decade ago. Everybody says downtown is a lot cooler now. I find that's debatable. Downtown Deli, right there, also closed. It's kind of disappointing how many of these spots aren't open for people who work downtown and get off work at 5 and maybe want to get a bite to eat after work. I guess it's just assumed all downtown workers get in their car and drive out to the burbs. So 5:30 p.m. right now. Never thought I'd be wishing so hardly that a McDonald's is still open, but man, I really wish that McDonald's was still right there. So damn, there was a sign at this little information spot about a festival that was coming, that was a music festival, and it had oh hell, I forget the name of the artist, an R&B artist that I really like, who sounds Leon Bridges. It's showing Leon Bridges headlining, which I absolutely love. Leon Bridges, he to me just sounds like a reincarnation of Sam Cooke, and hoping to get a picture of that sign to get more information of it. And seeing that the sign is gone makes me think that I probably missed it, which is a bummer. I would really like to see Leon Bridges. So other than the I-10 West that goes at 6 to 11 p.m., I don't really know. I haven't committed to memory what time the other ones leave, but I'm glad it's posted on a sign here. Very few bus stops actually have their schedules posted at the stops. The I-10 West, 6:11. There's also one at 5:41 and 5:13. Well, I missed 5:13. But 5:41 is in 10 minutes. So, cool. Yeah. 10 minutes to sit here and talk to myself while I wait for the bus. Or maybe walk around the block. So about the bus rides between, I just guess I can share what all happened between the time I left 50th Street Station and here. So as I stated right as I ended the video, my plan was to go to the iPhone repair store that functionally took care of my iPhone, not the one that half-ass took care of and nearly killed my iPhone. The store at 16th Street. I wish I could remember the name of the store. I think it's just simply called iPhone Repair or something like that. But it's at 16th Street in Bethany Home. That's where I was headed to. It occurred to me as I was waiting for the bus at the corner of, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, but it's more relevant than just the bus journey was. As I was waiting for my next bus at the corner of 16th Street and Thomas, it occurred to me that it might be a good idea to actually call him, since I've got service on this phone, to actually call him. And that's a scooter parking spot I used to serve a lot of Lime scooters at. Kind of seems weird seeing no scooters staged up there at all. Anyway, it occurred to me that I should maybe call him just to make sure that what I was hoping that he would do is a service that he even does. And he did say that he does it. And when I was able to tell him exactly what model phone the Samsung I have is, which I keep saying the new Samsung Galaxy, it's the bottom of the line, but it has an enormous screen. It does have a couple of features which surpass my iPhone, most notably its battery charging time and its battery life. And the screen is a little bit larger, but by every other metric, my old iPhone 6S Plus just runs rings around it, particularly in regard to the camera. I was initially dazzled by the extra widescreen footage I was shooting, but after I started more critically watching those videos, after they were posted to YouTube, I was just kind of taken back by, more than anything, the lack of, oh wow, there's a whole building gone here. I was really taken back by the whole lack of, damn, when did this happen? I'm taken back by the whole lack of image stabilization, just like how much, and probably you all seeing that now. And I didn't really notice it when I was shooting the video, but I sure noticed it afterwards watching the videos. The other thing that really got me is on some of the videos that I shot where I was walking from the park and ride over to Amazon. I noticed that just the brightness, contrast, the auto, which is automated on a smartphone, that it just kept making horrible adjustments to the point that it just made it look like ass. So this space here, and I'm really curious when this building ceased to be here. I mean, this just recently happened. I have to go back through some of my vlogs to see when I walked down the street. There used to be kind of a flophouse hotel here, and I can't remember what the name of it was, but I stayed here several times. There was a time you could get a sleeping bed here for like $12, $13. Yeah, those days are long gone, which I'm sure is something that really contributes to the homeless problem. Now it's just a metal fence, and you can see that wall was never really intended to be exposed. This building that got demolished was considerably older, which you would think made it a historic building, but Phoenix doesn't really have much regard for historic buildings. It's just all about bulldozing, building new, and developers making lots of money. And was a vacant lot really needed here when you've got an entire vacant skyscraper right there? I'm going to be really sad if this building, if the old Chase Tower, gets demolished. And that is a whole lot of building, and I really, really hope that doesn't happen. And every time I look at something like the Chase Tower, I'm kind of curious what was there before. I mean, I'm fairly sure I'm older than the Chase Tower, but I really have no recollection of anything being there before the Chase Tower. I do remember that used to be the Valley National Bank building, and just thinking of that, I remember there's a cab stand, and there still is, on First Street on that side directly in front of me there, where there's a sign that says taxi parking only, and that used to be a yellow cab stand when everything was done by voice dispatch. So got really accustomed to hearing, and I can still hear some of the dispatchers' voices in my head saying cab at the Valley Bank, and realizing that's where they meant. And it was a good cab stand to work. I used to make good money when I queue up at the Valley Bank. I'd never sit there very long, and somebody would either come up and need a cab, or dispatcher would call a cab at the Valley Bank. So anyway, I got totally sidetracked by the fact that old hotel, I want to see, it's called the Hotel Monroe. Duh, because it's on Monroe Street. It's called the Hotel Monroe. And it was what a lot of people would call a flop house. And a sleeping room was literally that, just almost comparable to like Japan's capsule hotels, but dingier. But it was really great, especially if you're a single guy, and you just you had $15 and simply didn't want to be sleeping on the streets. In fact, those flop houses were a big part of what got me through my divorce, because I travel up from Tucson. My ex-wife filed for divorce here in Phoenix, and I travel up from Tucson, get here at night, stay in the Hotel Madison, and there's another one that used to be over, and it's also been demolished as well, called the 7th Avenue Hotel. It used to be at 7th Avenue and Washington, or was it Jefferson? No, 7th Avenue in Washington, catty corner from the Phoenix Police Headquarters. And I used to go to that one a lot as well. And I would just, get a room, get a sleeping room for the night, which was just, basically pocket change. And then wake up fresh in the morning and, get a shower, get freshened up, and then head to the courthouse to handle my divorce business. And then later that night, take a Greyhound back to Tucson. And I did that quite a few times. Probably drove my wife absolutely bonkers, because I'm sure she couldn't for the life of her figure out how when she took the car I was so easily getting back and forth between Tucson and Phoenix to fight my divorce, especially after I asserted dominance and took the house away from her in Tucson. And that's a whole nother story that I don't have time to get into. Anyway, I really wanted to say more about what was happening with the bus ride that didn't get me to the cell phone repair shop, and what happened with the cell phone repair shop. But that's going to have to I'm gonna have to save that for a later video, because my bus will be here at any moment. So anyway, thanks for coming with me on this lovely little walk through downtown Phoenix, and thanks for watching.